I'm Brittany Phillips, and every year I work under Casey Tolles, the volunteer director, and we work in the volunteer center to just try to make everything run smoothly for all of the volunteers. So it's many different duties throughout the day. So I get here kind of early in the morning, and we try to make sure all the volunteers know where they're going. So there's like a billion volunteers, and everybody has a different role. And most of the time they know where they're going, but we try to get them in the best way to their location, to know who they're reporting to, and to get them situated for the morning. Then we take lunch numbers for every hole, and we pack the lunches or prepare the lunches and have to get them out to the holes to all of the volunteers. So it's just we're kind of there for Q&A all day long, trying to figure out, some troubleshooting throughout the day and things like that. We're just kind of there for anything that they could need. So we're jumping around trying to, find answers for everybody all day long, whether we know them or not, but we figure them out.
My name is Ben Swan, and my part in the Sanderson Farms Tournament is I work at the volunteer center, and what I do there is I provide food and beverages for the people that's coming through, the volunteers and whoever else may come through, members and guests, and it's a wonderful thing.
Neil Witherow. I was helping with in the volunteer center, helping to take care of the volunteers.
My name is Will Whitfield, and I am an assistant superintendent here at the Country Club of Jackson. So anything grass is what we're in charge of. So our role here was to essentially get here extremely early in the morning, get the course ready for play every single day, whether that be mowing the greens, getting the dew off of fairways, mowing fairways, getting the bunkers ready, getting whatever it needs. So that was part of my role, make sure that got done.
My name is Brian Edwards. I'm the lead mechanic here at the Country Club of Jackson. My role is to oversee all this equipment out here, anything that's dealing with anything that deals with tournament support. I'm in charge of all the equipment. I'm in charge of contacting, making sure everything's here. If something breaks, I got to get it fixed. I got to call the people, and I got to be in charge of the people that know who to contact when something does break. So that's who I'm in charge of pretty much everything in a nutshell. So.
My job was to roll the greens, so the greens be firmer and faster, and that was my main job.
My name is Bailey Perlman. I was the pastry cook who expedited all the pastry orders. So the pastry team is, there's 3 of us, and we had a couple of volunteers who were amazing through the whole process. 2 of us trade up and sliced and baked off, and generally just tried to get everything out on time. Most of our stuff had to be out by 6 in the morning, so that was the first wave. So 2 of us and a few volunteers would tackle that, and we did that until we sent out the last orders at like 3:45. And the 3rd member of our team, he was awesome. He got the lovely job of prepping as much as he could for the next 3 days. We talked about the different phases. He was making brownies and cookies and everything that he could, and he was putting together cakes. So he did a lot of the production heavy stuff while we were trying to make sure that orders were organized and heading out to where they were supposed to.
Lonnie Smith, I'm a cook. Mainly prepping omelet station, helping out with different things, trucks if I needed to be there, just depending on what we came in throughout the day. They'll come up to the table, we have everything laid out like bacon, chicken, shrimps, sauteed, different stuff. We saute it up. As they order it, we'll fix it, push it out to the servers. They'll take it to the tables for them, like that.
My name is Montez Thomas. I was a food runner, so I had to get the food from the kitchen, drive the cart all the way down the hill. Sometimes I have to run up the hill. I tripped one time, have to go up the hill to the food, get that, then run back up the hill, drive up the hill. So
I'm Wendy Kelly, and I'm the director of catering. It's a lot of a lot of work, but it's also very rewarding. It's definitely our hardest week of the year, but it's definitely the most exciting week of the year as well. I'm responsible for getting all the menus, communicating with the host and with our chef and with everyone else in the club who needs to know what's being eaten, what's being served. So it's my job to get all that together. I am, for the bulk of the tournament, I am in the Sanderson Chalet, which is where our key sponsor is located, and that's where so many of our VIPs are in that tent. And so I am there most of the time just making sure how does everything look? Are we getting what we need here? Just even the presentation of the food, how it's put on the table. It's a lot of it's being a face to these people, letting them know, and then going out to all the other venues throughout the day and touching, just making contact with the people. Who's the sponsor of this? How are things? What's going on with you? And just, getting that feedback. And then, of course, we have some big events. We have a couple of dinners that we do and big parties. And so then it's overseeing all those. Wait, this belongs here. This has got to be here. And all the setup. This room should be set up this way. This room should be set up that way. So, yeah.
Hey everyone, my name is Patrick Joyce. I'm the general manager of the Country Club of Jackson, and glad to be hosting the tournament again this year. During the event, I get here early. I'm not the first in the morning here by any means, but I'm here about 4:30, 5 o'clock or so. And really my role is just to walk around and make sure that everyone else is here and everything is running smoothly, and to put out fires if I need to. A little bit of humor in the morning, which is good because folks are a little tired by the end of the week, but really I'm just there to be a catch-all and to be a little bit of an interface between us and Sanderson Farms and Century Club Charities.
My name is Ann Herron. I'm the membership director. I take care of all the membership needs and correspondence. During the tournament, we have a membership pavilion for our members for their convenience, and everyone gathers out to take a break from walking, or some come and sit for the day or whatever. We provide complimentary food, and for our members is a perk for being a member here at the club, and they're welcome to bring guests out also. I am more of the overseer of it, just make sure it goes well and that we stay quiet and we're not disruptive to the golfers, which some days are more challenging than others because we get excited and it's a fun place to be, and you forget that they have money on the line, so you have to kind of watch your P's and Q's.
I think the preparation is key, because if we're not prepared, if we don't know what we're doing, if we don't have a plan, if we don't have everything in place and all of the materials that we need beforehand, then we can't pull it together that week. It has to be, we have to know what we're doing. We have to have everything in hand, or it's just not going to happen. So the preparation is definitely, for me, the most important part.
The week before the tournament is a huge prep week for us. And the actual tournament week itself, which for us starts on a Sunday night, everything better be in place by then. It's really about 2 weeks out is when we really get crazy.
If panic is a stage, then yeah, we go through many stages of panic. We do try to, because on one hand, we've got an entire membership to keep an eye out for. We got to keep happy. And, we balancing the membership and the PGA. Our membership is fantastic. We've got a great membership here that understands a lot, and we also have to be aware of their expectations as much as the PGA's expectation of what their course needs to be.
When Monday opens up for Sanderson Farms, we want to have everything sort of ready to go, to be put into the oven and ready to be sliced at least 3 days forward from that Monday. So we would have Monday through Wednesday prepped. And when we were done making, and prepping those trays and making the desserts for those events, we start to look for the next phase, which is the next 3 days. Sunday was actually one of our busiest days, so that kind of was its own phase of its own.
We try to be flawless out there because we don't want any mistakes out there whatsoever, and that's what we strive to be, is 100% perfect out there at all times. So
we'll keep the course as member ready as we possibly can, as close to PGA ready, but still acceptable to the membership. And then getting close to the tournament, we'll start, really grinding down and really getting things ready for the PGA coming in. And there's a lot of it that's not different, but there's a few things that really are just crucially different.
We look at it kind of in manageable chunks, because if you look at the week solely just all 7 days together, it's very easy to get overwhelmed. So you have to, make it as approachable as possible.
Really, we start really ramping up about 2 weeks out before the tournament. There's a lot of moving parts, there's a lot of supplies, there's a lot of things that will end up being brought to the club for that event.
We want to do the absolute best for those kids. You walk the halls and you see the sick kids, and you see parents and you see, exhausted, completely, utterly broken parents who are just sitting there next to their kids, completely hopeless, and the only really solace that you can take is, hey, this kid's not really old enough to know what fun is yet. And so this is the life that he's known, or he or she's known, or something like that. So the hardest part for us, I'd say, is setting those expectations for this tournament, and then whenever those expectations don't come true, man, it's a real heartbreak, because every single year you get you get rave reviews. The course is in the best condition it's ever been this year, that year, and you think back to what could be better and what we could have done better to make this tournament better. That's a real heartbreaker, because often, most of the time, it's nothing big. It's a lot of small things, or a few small things that you could have done. And again, I've been to Batson's, and I've seen I've seen what this tournament benefits, and being able to put together the absolute best product you absolutely can for this tournament and for these kids is, it breaks your heart when it's nothing more than the best, when it's nothing less than the best.
Frankly, I think the Sanderson Farms Tournament is one of the best things that ever happened to the Country Club of Jackson.
It is an honor to work for this club. It is an honor to have the Sanderson Farm Tournament in our club, and I feel very blessed and grateful for the experience. Very blessed and grateful for my job and all my members. The more challenging part of the tournament, for my personal experience, is the week of the tournament, that we have to be here at 3:30 in the morning and then leave at 8 p.m. It's not difficult, but it's a little bit challenging, but no big deal. We gladly do it.
Prepping is difficult, but it's really when you're in the middle of everything and you are trying to keep orders organized, and you're trying to keep, you and the rest of your team are trying to maintain some form of organization as you go through. You have thousands of desserts going out a day, so you're like, I have to keep very focused, because if one thing slips, that can kind of put us behind, and we don't want to get behind schedule. So prep tends to be more organized, and we try to stay as organized as possible, but obviously things knock you off your schedule. Some people don't take the right tray, they take another tray that was meant for another event, and so you're having to chase them down, and you end up getting pushed a little behind schedule, but it's never anything that you're kind of treading water, and then at the end you realize, oh, well, we made it. You've made it to shore. So the days kind of fly by that way. That is the most difficult part, kind of being in the middle of it all, and you're tired. You get there at 3:30 in the morning, so it can get a little. You have to kind of keep your head on a swivel, or else you'll miss some things. So that's definitely the most difficult part.
It gets really busy at certain hours of the day. So to me, the most difficult part is making sure everyone is comfortable and all the volunteers know where they should be, because there's a million different locations and there's all different jobs and roles, and it's hard for people, and especially people who aren't familiar with the golf course, to know, like, where am I supposed to go? Who am I supposed to look for, etc. So to me, that's hard when you've got 700 people trying to figure out at the same time where they're going. It's a challenge, but we make it work. We've gotten better over the years too. So every year we learn a little bit more, and every year goes a little bit more smoothly. I would say the breakdown afterwards. It seems like it'd be the most thing we'll have to do to clean up, like as far as our side. I can't speak for everybody and what they did on their part, but yeah, we had everything, like I said, situated, but more of the breakdown is having to clean the kitchen, make sure everything's back in order for the next week, and having everything ready for it. I've served here for 38 years, and I've seen a lot of different events. But this is really a great thing. It's great for the community. It's great for the club. It's great for the state of Mississippi. It just does so many good things. Like the Children's Hospital. They do wonderful things for the Children's Hospital, in which we desperately need that. And personally, I just think I think the club is really, really blessed and lucky to have the tournament here. I mean, I sincerely hope that they can do it from now on. Will make me very happy. You can't hardly top that. You know, you're doing something for children that, how can you beat anything being more positive than helping small children that really do need it? I mean, it means a lot. I mean, on top of them helping us, you know, this helps the whole state of Mississippi. It's a great thing. It bring in good revenue for everybody, you know what I'm saying? Especially this little small city, you know, we barely get anything to come here, so it's an honor for to even be here doing this. So,
one of my favorite memories is to see the team markers painted by the children at the hospital, but also all the pictures that we have on the Blue Line, when at the entrance, when people get dropped off and they walk up the hill on our golf course, and then there are pictures that the kids have made with their hand, and that's the two highlights that I see, that it catch my eyes and it touch my heart. It's for the kids. I mean, first you meet so many new people. It's definitely a change up from my day-to-day life, you know, here at the country club. But I mean, it's, you know, the money that goes to Batson. I mean, you can't argue with that. I mean, it's just such a great cause. Everyone here is so nice. Everyone knows that it's for a good cause.
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, you know, we picked it up, and we're doing it for Barry Batson, for the Children's Hospital, and you know, I know that my niece, as a matter of fact, she had a heart condition, and she went to Barry Batson, and it means a lot. You know, it helping out over there, and you know, just I know we got put in a lot of hours and stuff, but overall, it really means a lot to me and my family, and a lot of people know that I work here and know that it would mean something to come out here and meet, you know, put out a lot of work and do something. So that's what it means to me. So.
I'm not sure if there's really a favorite memory, but I love on a day-to-day basis just seeing the employees, the staff at the country club is fantastic. For the most part, everyone really works together well and is very friendly and work together for the goal of serving the members at the country club and making it a welcoming place to be for members, as well as for any guests that might come out here. So yeah,
I'd definitely say the golf tournament it's right up there at the top. It's just, that week has so many epic moments in it. Just, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe I get to participate in this. the big sponsor party on Thursday night where everyone comes together, and that is our hardest day. It's our hardest day of the year every year because we start that morning with events and we go through all day. We reset the room and it's just huge. But then everybody's here. We've got 700-800 people here that night. And everyone is just excited. We are completely running off adrenaline because we have no strength left at that moment. But it's just a great event, just coming together and seeing and knowing that we've had a part in providing for Children's Hospital and so many other charities, and knowing we've played a part in that we've come together as a team and put on this stellar event. That's incredible. And then at the end of the week when we see the champion, just see it all come together and everyone's gathered around the 18th green, and that's another just incredible moment.
Working with everybody, learning, seeing new faces, getting to see the members, get to interact with different people. That'll pretty much be it. Just watching everybody new come through, getting to know everybody that's different. We have different players, different accents, you know what I'm saying? Trying to keep up with whoever's saying, you know what I'm saying, they order something like, who was it that ordered this? So we had to catch up to them and figure out who it is.
Just to hear, knowing the fact that these kids are out here and these little kids are coming out and you're helping, and they get to come out here and see it themselves, and they put pictures of them up. Matter of fact, one of our neighbors in our neighborhood, he had a cancer, and he was on the 13th, one of the greens back here, and I called him up and talked to his dad. Said, "You got to come out and check this out, man. He's back here on one of our, I think it was the 16th green a couple of years back, and he's like, man, that's awesome." So he came out here and checked it out. I guess that's one of the good memories I had of it. So.
It's such a team effort. I mean, there's no way one person could do. There's no way 5 people could do this. It's a huge team, and we work together. We communicate together, and I think that's, one reason we're successful is we talk with each other, we give each other feedback, and we encourage each other, and we laugh together, and we make it work. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. It's incredible to see everyone, from the people in the back in the kitchen whose faces are never seen, but they're back there working and they're giving it their all, to the servers who are grunting and running up and down the hill in the hot sun and doing all this. Everyone's just working so hard. And of course, all the other, my area is hospitality, but I know the whole team, the grounds, everybody is working hard. And it's just a great team effort, and we couldn't do it one section at a time. It's all of us, and I just say thanks to everyone for your work, and thanks for letting me be a part of it.
Well, staff, thanks for all you do. You work so hard, tireless.
It's all hands on deck.
We have the best staff on tour. I mean, there's no question.
Well, all I want to say, just keep a smile while you work, no matter how hard it is. The sun is still gonna shine, the Lord is good, it's just get the work done. And if it's difficult, just take a deep breath, and then it's gonna be all right. That's all I really have to say, and the good old country club is still gonna be here. No stressing. That's really it. That's all I gotta say. Positivity.